Today we will be mounting this and maybe some other fans on top of the roof of our container. We will be mounting as many fans as we can within a 12-hour deadline. We will be doing this because we live in Ireland and this was the biggest gap we could find without any rain during this week. This is definitely a big and scary step, but come with us and we will show you how even you could do this easily.
The plan is to take all of these things up there to the ceiling, and we have to cut those two holes, one here, another one over there, and one here around somewhere. Where do you want it?
We need to decide if
Yeah.
neither the door or not.
I like here.
Here?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And can you hold this?
Yeah.
Let's get the tools ready.
Okay, let's get to. So does that mean that we're going to do it?
No, not yet.
You're confusing me.
So we started drawing the plan. We wanted to get done with this as soon as possible, even though we have many other things to do in order to turn the container into a home. The expanding foam that had been freshly laid the previous weeks was off-putting some gases, and without any ventilation we could definitely sense the smell. So we decided to set these fans as our highest priority. The order has already been done a few weeks ago, and we also have already bought the necessary supplies to fit them on the roof. So all we really need is the weather to cooperate. We checked online and noticed that we had a decent opening the following Tuesday, and with this we were mostly set. The plan was simple then. Wake up at 6 a.m., cut the holes for the fans, make the roof flat where we want to mount the fans, protect the bare metal, fit the fans, and lastly, make sure no water gets in. Simple, all while hoping the forecast is correct. That we do have 12 hours of clear sky, and most importantly, that we are able to finish it all in this time frame. So, let's go! Oh geez, I already feel like we're running out of time. We started the day at 6:30, just like we had planned. And by 6:45 we were on top of the container. It's very wet on top. So what this means is that we have only been awake for 15 minutes, but we are already fearing for our lives, as we stand 4 meters above ground, walking on a slippery surface, while pretending we know what we are doing. We guesstimated where the holes needed to be made and proceeded to go inside to clear the foam that was in the way. And after this, we are ready for step 2.
Oh yes.
Now comes the commitment step. After we cut the holes, there is no going back. So, to start, we drilled small holes on the corners of each fan. As well as in the center of the round fan, which we had to do some measurements to figure out. Circles and their lack of corners are an everyday struggle. The goal is to be able to find set corners and center on the outside, draw our cuts and do the cut from the exterior. It's easier to bend down than to have to reach up. And with this we were finally ready for a cutting montage. Montage? A cutting montage. Oh, sorry, forgot to say. We used the jigsaw to cut the holes, so we didn't shoot a bunch of sparks everywhere. Now, back to the montage. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, it's pretty perfect.
Great stuff, hey? And with this, we are ready to make it flat. Oh wait, I forgot about the round hole. I know, on the description there is a separate link to a raw video of this cut. If you are interested in checking it out, it's honestly more entertaining than what we were expecting, but it's a bit too dense to be in this video. Lastly, you might be wondering how we didn't break any blades in this process. If that's the case, then you haven't watched the video I just mentioned. But overall, we broke 3 blades, because that's how good we are. And here are the missing clips for you to enjoy. And I broke the blade.
Do we have more?
And now we have all the holes we need, and slightly over 9 hours till the end of our deadline. So I would say it's going well. Do you think we can get it done in time? On to making the roof flat. This might sound like a weird step, but it's definitely needed. Let me draw you a diagram so you can get the idea. A pretty background, and we have our container standing on its own 2 legs. But what we are interested in are the ridges at the top that our fan has to rest on.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Here I come.
The problem here is, even if we could line it up perfectly with the ridges, which is impossible by the way, we would still have these gaps to fill up. Or there is another more complex and harder to execute solution. We muscle through the ridges and flatten it up with the rest of the roof. We chose this second solution because not only do we believe it will be more reliable on the long run, but it also reduces slightly the height of our truck, which, since we are already very close to the maximum height the truck can have, the lower the better. So we picked up a hammer and a grinder and got to work.
Can you go get the face shield from home?
Safety is the #1 priority.
Part
Then
measure
the process was simple-ish.
2.5 centimeters
Measure,
from the line that I made, only to the line.
then cut,
The line, the
Bend the
plywood,
metal.
line here.
then cut again. The second bend, cut the sides, bend the sides, and lastly, hammer everything nice and flat. Simple, right? Now we just need to do it 10 more times. And now we had a flat surface to secure the fan bases. We then drilled some holes on the metal, since the goal is to bolt the fans directly to the wood, sandwiching the metal in the middle. And with this, we were ready for the next step. The issue now is, as you might have noticed from the ticking clock, that we spent a large chunk of our time on this part of the process. We now only have a bit less than 4 hours before the rain arrives, so we have to hurry up and get going. Protecting the metal has the goal of preventing any rust from showing up in the future, as well as making sure the surface, where the fans will rest, is clean and ready for assembly.
Almost there? Yeah, it fits.
This process starts by vacuuming the roof of the container to remove any large debris, but most importantly the metal shavings, from all the cutting we had been doing. And then we cleaned everything. It wasn't really needed, but why not? This gave us an insight on how the roof of the container actually was, and overall the verdict is good, but a coat of paint wouldn't hurt. Well, let's leave that for another video. For now, let's focus on painting the bare metal, from the cuts we just made. And now, some well-deserved rest. In between coats of paint, of course. This felt nice, but unfortunately the clock wasn't resting with us, and we could feel the rain slowly coming our way. Unfortunately, 1 hour between coats meant that this was going to take a toll on our clock. And combine this with the fact that we had to paint one extra coat due to unforeseen circumstances meant that...
I forgot to record, but
But it's done.
yes, someone forgot to do a hole. But now
Oh no.
we don't need to know that.
Who that would be?
So nothing happened.
I will hide proofs from both cameras.
Oh no. Okay, I think we're ready for coat number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 on the dot. And do you know how long we have till our deadline? Do you know how long we have till our deadline?
No.
38 minutes, where we have to wait for the paint to dry for 1 hour.
Okay.
So, yay, deadline.
Yay.
Ah,
Deadline.
so our 12-hour timer just went on, and I'm currently going to the top of the truck. So the answer to the question, can we mount our, how many max fans or whatever fans can we mount in 12 hours is 0, 0, 0. So 0. Easy.
Yep, easy indeed. And now you know the answer to the question teased throughout the whole video. And honestly, the result is about as expected as it gets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and definitely drop a comment on what you would have done differently to get a better outcome. Now, even though the video is over, we still have massive holes at the top of our container, so we need to deal with that. But now there is this glooming cloud over our head, and we know that at any moment it might start pouring on top of us. To fit the fence, we started by lining the contour of the base with butyl tape. What is butyl tape? Butyl tape is a pressure-sensitive adhesive that is made from copolymer of isobutylene and isoprene. This tape has a wide range of temperature resistance and does not harden or become brittle over time, like other types of PSA. Butyl tape is also characterized by its low permeability to gases, water, vapor, moisture, and oil. This makes it an excellent choice for applications requiring an impervious seal. So we placed it around the border to then be sandwiched against the metal. And on paper at least, make sure that the water has no room to get in. But unfortunately there was no escaping the rain, and just like the weather person had predicted, it was here to bother. Fortunately though, it didn't last too long, but it did steal some of the little daylight we had left in the day. We placed some extra tape on the grooves to make sure the seal was great.
We should have done this sooner.
And with this, we were ready to mount the bases permanently and forever. With this, we spent the last daylight we had left. But we only had one last step to do so. How bad can it be? To make sure that no water gets in, we chose the simplest solution. We placed as much silicone as humanly possible, to assure that no hole was left unfilled. This combination with the butyl tape should give us an impermeable seal between the roof and the fence.
I have to say that we are almost finishing our first can of silicone, which sounds really bad, but we've already done an entire fan.
And now only time will tell how it works out. To be honest, this was quite a hard process to record, mostly because it was dark, we were tired, and all our cameras were running out of battery. But after we laid the silicone, we were finally ready to place the fans on the frames, which, funnily enough, are only secured by 4 small bolts.
Kind of make sure that the part you want facing forward is facing forward, so it's aerodynamic. And that's about it.
The last one.
After 11 hours and 59 minutes.
Woohoo! No, it's not. After 20 hours and some minutes.
The fan is on, yay!
No, it's not. But I'm not going to see any difference, am I?
Nope.
So that's...
Fuck, I forgot about the cable.
Oh yeah, there's no cables. Also, yeah, it's already opened. Okay. Nice cables.
And lastly, with 9 seconds of battery to spare,
So, I have 9 seconds, but we just finished the last max fan, and I'm gonna take out the plastic.